Hey everyone, Greg and Sue here. We're going cross country in our Tesla Model X. No stops. That means we're going to be sleeping in the car. We have a foam memory mattress. We have our masks. We have our camp mode. So we'll stay nice and warm at campgrounds. And we are attempting to see whether or not the Tesla system will go ahead and accurately get us to San Francisco from Minnesota. Now it's already made a lane change. The whole idea behind driving with a Tesla cross country that I've learned, and by the way, we're about 1/3 into the trip already. I didn't want to make the video until we got some experience with this. But the whole idea behind traveling cross country with a Tesla is making sure that we make it from charger to charger, right? So here's what we've found out so far. I'm going to go ahead and restart the video so you get a different view of our camera. Okay, still traveling across country. We made a stop in Bismarck, North Dakota. So we replotted our map, and as you can see, starting in Bismarck and going to West Point Harbor in San Francisco, California, it will take us a total of 23 hours and 57 minutes, in other words 24 hours, if we were driving using Google Maps and driving with a regular vehicle. And now I just wanted to be able to point out that when we calculated it with Tesla, it is a total of 29 hours. Yeah, 4 hours onto our We've just charged up in Dickinson, North Dakota, and we have about 312 miles of range. Well, I think not, because all we have to do is drive to Miles City, which is, I don't know, probably about 110 miles, maybe a little bit more, and we'll have 70% of our battery left over. Well, 311 miles, traveling 120 miles, should be giving us a lot more battery remaining than just 18%. So, the range never works in the Tesla. The only thing that actually works in the Tesla is our energy percentages. And what you're seeing here is that we're currently at 95% capacity, and that if we are driving in a constant fashion at 75 miles an hour, we'll have 17% of our battery left over. We found this to be very, very accurate. As a matter of fact, if we notch it up to 80 miles an hour, it will not affect the consumption of percentages in any meaningful way. The next thing I want to show you is really how good it is to travel with superchargers across the country. So the next thing I want to show you is not just the beautiful scenery that we're going through here on the western part of North Dakota and into Montana, I guess through what's called the Badlands, but also talk about the improved network of superchargers across the country. We literally bought our Model X to the day 1 year ago, last December. We bought it in Minneapolis, and the next day we loaded it onto a truck and brought it out to California. We had to transport it on a truck because there was no way to be able to make it across country from where we lived in Minnesota all the way to California in using Tesla chargers. Now we fast forward to February. We have the vehicle out in California and we decide that we want to drive it back. Well, the network had improved to the point that we could actually make it back with superchargers to Minnesota, but it added an extra day and a half to the trip, only because we had to go through sort of a quilt work cross-country network that sometimes went forward, sometimes went backwards, sometimes went up, and sometimes went down in order us to get across. Now, here we are, trying it for the third time, exactly 1 year later, and now it shows that in order for us to be able to make it across country, it uses the same exact route that I've taken at least a dozen times from Minnesota to San Francisco. Exactly the same route, no deviations whatsoever. It's the shortest route possible. If I were to be able to put this up on Google Maps, it would be the identical route. And it's now very, very possible, and we are pretty excited by it.